Welcome to the German third division. Welcome to round 15 at the Waldstadion an der Kaiserlinde, otherwise known as the Ursa Farm Arena. Today's game, it's the top side in the division, SV Elversberg, against the form team in the league, Borussia Dortmund reserves. Horst Steffen, the trainer of Elversberg, going up against Christian Preußer, a managerial duo that have met each other in their careers more times than they've played against any other managers. And Horst Steffen was only just told that he's never actually beaten a Christian Preußer team. Will that change today? Can the table toppers in their white shirts, Elversberg, get 3 more points in the bank against Dortmund? It won't be an easy task today, despite looking at the table, seeing Elversberg flying high at the top. The best promoted side ever after winning the regional league last year. Very, very impressive stuff from Elversberg so far. Dortmund languishing down in 12th place, but an incredible run that they've been on in recent weeks. So they will be a very difficult proposition today. Dortmund in their away shirts, black shorts, black socks as well. Just the yellow in the piping, the familiar Dortmund colours turned on their head today. But here come Elversberg down the left-hand side. Kevin Coffey waiting in the middle, perhaps for the pass. It doesn't come his way, though. They go back instead into their own territory. Just 1 minute on the clock. A good crowd today at the Ursa Farm Arena. No surprises, really, given that Elversberg have been a very entertaining watch in this campaign. They've won 10 of their 14 games. The best promoted side ever after 14 matches, an incredible start. Only defeated twice. They've racked up 35 goals in the process, and the big news for them, though, is that the league's top scorer, Lukas Schnellbacher, often wearing the captain's armband as well for Elversberg, he's missing today, picked up an injury in training this week. Not the worst timing in a way, given that the international break is coming up soon. The league will be paused, of course, for a long time. He's got plenty of time to recover, Schnellbacher. But Elversberg will have to cope without him today. And what can Horst Steffen manage? He's gone instead with a front three involving Woltemade, Kevin Coffey and Rochelt as well. So there's plenty of firepower up top for them. Schnellbacher on 9 goals for the season, but Yannick Rochelt with a very impressive 6 goals and 6 assists for the Elversberg number 8. They're going to pick up a free kick there. The experienced Ivorian Kevin Coffey pushed to the ground. It's in his second spell at Elversberg, Kevin Coffey. He's managed 30-plus goals in both of those spells, so very well respected in this division and very well respected here at Elversberg. And they're just adding to the respect that's on their name this year. Winning the regional league last year. Dortmund won their own regional league the year before. But now Elversberg play it around the back. Von Piechowski getting into a bit of trouble. He's looking for a free kick from referee Martin Thomsen. Nothing given, though. It was Bueno who went down for Dortmund on the left-hand side, up against captain today, Robin Fellhauer. Flick-on header. Defence dealing with it for Dortmund, though, but it's given away down the right-hand side. Is there a chance for a break? That's a bit of an unorthodox pass down towards Fellhauer, who is roaming forward down the right-hand side. I'm sure we'll see that plenty today. Fullback Fellhauer, and that's a good ball over the top. And Dortmund could have been in behind there, had it not been for some excellent defending from the Portuguese man, Marcel Correa. Number 13 getting across, and he might have a little bit of a feeling that he needs to make up for the last game. It was Correa who made a small error in the last match for Elversberg, and that cost them in a 1-1 draw, although they were quite lucky to get away with a 1-1 draw, it should be said. They were outplayed for much of the game, but Dortmund in the penalty area now and have the first chance to shoot, and yet again is that man Correa in the way, blocking the shot from inform Moritz Brusinski. Whistle's gone anyway. Tatamush brought it into the box, and then suddenly it just opened up for Bruszinski, but Correa there again. Van Piechowski knocks it across the defence. How will Elversberg settle, and more importantly, how well will their strikers be able to get their teeth into this game? Would have been a good battle today between Bruszinski in the number 33 shirt for Dortmund. Waited a long time for his first goal of the season, but now scored in 3 successive games, Bruszinski. So he's on red-hot form in front of goal. Lukas Schnellbacher really was on red-hot form too. What a shame for Elversberg that he's not here for this one. But here come Dortmund with Njinma. It's a good step down the left-hand side. He's got away. The cross is overhit though. Launched it too far behind. He was going at full pace, the Dortmund number 11. 21-year-old Njinma. He's had 1 Bundesliga appearance this season for the first team. And that is, of course, something that Christian Preußer has to deal with on a regular basis. Penalties for good performances, really, in a sense, for the Dortmund reserves. And his guys are playing well. Preußer loses them to the first team temporarily. Falcon Michel spreads it across to the right. Dortmund looking comfortable on the ball early on. There's been more action inside the Elversberg half than there has in terms of Dortmund defending. We've had nothing to do so far. 6 minutes gone already. Still Elversberg 0, Dortmund reserves 0. Manuel Feil able to just intercept the pass and put it out for a Dortmund throw. Skia Breno, who's over there, the 20-year-old Spaniard. Bueno already getting down towards the left corner flag, but that throw-in towards Michel didn't quite work out. Dortmund win it back quickly, though. Little midfield battle going on at the moment. That looks set to continue. That's well done by Voltemade. Gets it out of a tight spot. Can Elversberg build something for the first time in the match? We've seen very little of them so far. And that one's just taken a bobble and dribbled out of play. Looked like it might have been a Dortmund throw-in. You could see Marcel Lotka, the goalkeeper, wasn't too happy with the decision, but it did initially go the way of Elversberg, but now Yannick Rochelt has ended up complaining as well, and it's a Dortmund throw after all that, so plenty of fuss over nothing. Both teams have had their chance. Dortmund get it restarted and boot it long in towards the centre circle. Elversberg can win that easily with Fellhauer, who's underneath it. That's a good header on. Has to be nodded back towards the goalkeeper. Lotka was out ready for it. First glimpse of any kind, though, in attack from SV Elversberg. They've won 3 of their last 5, Elversberg, 7 of their last 10 as well. Although Dortmund have only won 4 of their last 10, they are the top form team in the 3rd division. Unbeaten in 6. Haven't conceded a goal for quite a few games either. So they're looking very, very good at the moment. It's really clicked for Christian Preußer's Dortmund reserves in recent weeks. Here they come down the right-hand side. 3 players forward, 4 in the penalty area now. It's cut back. Defence just in the right place, though. They've launched that one long down towards Kevin Coffey, and he's got it as well. Can he take on his man and open up some room to shoot? Kevin Coffey is blocked, but it stayed in play. Game just opening up now. Coffey steps inside really well there. He's into the penalty area, down by the byline. He's dug out a corner for his team. Very good work from Kevin Coffey. Here's another look. How he made his way past Bjarne Pudel. Not one that the Dortmund number 13 will want to look back on too many times. Just committed himself, flung the left foot out. Coffey had gone past in the blink of an eye. Rochelt, the ex-Bayern reserve player. Hands up from Rochelt. It's going to be an out-swinging corner with the right foot. Who's on the end of it? It's a bullet header. Mario Schubert, the defender, credited with the last touch by the look of it. It'll be an Elversberg corner again. In fact, it's gone the other way and Dortmund get it restarted, and they do so quite quickly. The Jinma moving well through the midfield and spreading it out to the right-hand side. The pass forward isn't a good one, though. Brzezinski, the 22-year-old man, can just let it go out. Unsurprisingly, a lot of young players in this Dortmund reserve team. That's pretty much the point. Left-footed pass. It didn't look to be particularly well struck from Pudel, but almost found its target. Spinning as it was, and there's another long ball towards Coffey, and he's done very well again up against two defenders to pick that one out. Elversberg attacking on the left. They've got plenty of numbers forward themselves. Maybe a shooting chance in the middle. The pass is cut out at the crucial moment, though. Long shot comes in and takes a deflection, and it's away for an Elversberg corner. You can hear the crowd getting behind their team now. Semih Şahin and Kevin Coffey giving them something to cheer about. It was Rochelt who stepped inside. The ball was intended for Coffey, the number 30. Semih Şahin letting fly from long range. Just took a flick on the way through. Here's space again for Şahin, although he didn't see the man behind him. Needed a shout of man on there. The Jinma nicked it. Can Dortmund use that to break? That's well left, and it's a Jinma again. Former Bremen man. Thick contact on the pass there. Looked like a bit of turf came up. That stopped it reaching its target. Elversberg, suddenly 11 minutes into this game, have been sparked into life in the last couple of minutes. It's another good run forward. Really good run now, all the way down to the byline. Two players waiting in the middle. It beats the goalkeeper, but it's cleared away. Still danger for Dortmund. Defensive bodies on the line. It's headed back in. And now Dortmund reserves will finally be able to get this one clear. A really top spell this from the top side in the division. Fellhauer gets it back. That's a good ball into the middle. Shooting chance perhaps on the left foot, and it's into the back of the net as well. Manuel Feil and Elversberg do take the lead after a couple of minutes of dominance that have come out of nowhere. Dortmund were looking the comfortable side, and suddenly, in the space of the last 2 or 3 minutes, Elversberg have been pouring forward, and their pressure has paid off in the early stages here at the Ursapharm Arena. Feil waited and waited, just let the ball come across his body and lashed in with his left foot. Elversberg 1, Dortmund 0, 12 minutes into the game. Yet again, Elversberg just so good in the early stages this season. The quick starts from Elversberg have been well known and well noticed in this division, but there was nothing that Dortmund could do to prevent Elversberg taking another lead inside 15 minutes. It's the 10th time this season that they've been on the scoreboard inside the opening quarter of an hour. Manuel Feil there with his third of the season. Dortmund back on the ball and looking for a quick response. They won't see that as impossible, given the way that the first few minutes went. But that's a loose touch, and it's straight out for an Elversberg throw. Nice Neubauer gets things restarted for Elversberg. Feil, the goal scorer, has made 8 assists already this season, so add that to his 3 goals now. And he's another of the SV Elversberg players who are just on red-hot form right now. Dortmund have won 5 of their fixtures this season. That's half as many as Elversberg. they've won 3 of those on the bounce, so they've been propelling themselves up the table in recent weeks. They won't want the international break to come. Elversberg probably won't want it either, really, given how smooth things have been since they've moved up into the professional leagues. Bit of a clash there between Ted Tatemush and Lauren von Piechowski. Tatemush down, holding his face, holding his chin. Only scored once so far this season, the number 9. Probably below his expectation levels. So he'll be very keen, if Dortmund are to get the equaliser, he'll be keen that he's the one to get it. Ted Tatemush, former Meppen man. Meppen themselves in all sorts of trouble at the moment. Long, long time now without a win for Meppen. Elversberg, as it stands, moving 6 points clear at the top of the table. Their nearest rivals, 1860 Munich, are chasing them 3 points behind, but they're not playing today. So Elversberg will be top come the end of today, whatever happens. But they would like to build that lead and extend it a little further. Adds the pressure to the chasing team, 1860, for tomorrow. It's nice passing, neat passing, and it's through into the box as well for Dortmund. That's the first good save that the Elversberg keeper, Christoph, has had to make. Nicholas Christoph coming up with a strong palming save. That's the best we've seen from Dortmund so far. 16 minutes on the clock. The combination passing worked out very well for them. A little bit of luck to get it past the final defender. Elversberg left back was so close to cutting it out, but couldn't do it, and here comes Guille Bueno. He's worked the ball inside. Dortmund still doing well here. Najinma, who's looked good so far. Bueno tackled. The last touch came off him, says referee Martin Thompson. Here's another look at the run. It was Pohlmann bringing it forward. Tatemush's pass, perfectly in place for Brusinski. Struck it well from the right-hand side, Brusinski. Christoph had to parry it back into a dangerous area. Didn't have any choice but to do so, Nicholas Christoph, but the Elversberg defenders helped him out. And the combination of decent goalkeeping and decent defending, they got it away, but it was a more than decent attack as well from Dortmund. They're looking for the leveller now. Christoph getting another touch, the man all in blue. Finds captain Fellhauer. The crowd really getting behind their team now. Elversberg have given them something to get behind with that goal. It capped off 2 or 3 good attacks in the space of a couple of minutes for Elversberg. And Manuel Feil let the ball come across his body and just buried it with his left foot from deep inside the Dortmund penalty area. That's a throw, and Elversberg get it back into the Dortmund penalty area. They'll have another chance to get something in. Instead, they go for the long shot. Low and hard, but well wide. No danger at all for Marcel Lotka between the sticks for Dortmund reserves. Good strength from Woltemade to actually get that back out there, but the shot was just never quite caught from Semi Şahin. He's shown on a couple of occasions already, Şahin, that he's very happy to have a go from outside the area. A little bit of pressure on the Dortmund defence, but they dealt with it well. Long ball forward, won't find its target in Nick Woltemade. That's a good tackle to win it back, but it's headed all the way back through to Lotka. Beaten once already, Lotka, inside the first 20 minutes. Shot was rather close to him from Manuel Feil, but it was struck Plenty of venom from close range. Lotka couldn't keep it out. Feilhauer plays it to Coffey, and that's worked back nicely towards Feil. He's run into trouble. Nice footwork from Justin Ajinma. Chip it out towards Bueno. Low ball down the left for Dortmund, who are just trying to just keep the pressure high, keep the tempo high, keep the intensity up as well, and force their way back into the game. But Elversberg coming forward again, they're looking very good. That's a pass into Coffey, who could be in a dangerous position here, and he is. And how about that for a finish? 20 minutes gone, exactly, and SV Elversberg double their lead. Elversberg 2, Dortmund 0. And Coffey finished that with a touch of class. The pass got him in behind down the left, but he still had plenty to do. Jakobsen began the move. Voltemade laid it on. Rochelt moved it forward towards the edge of the area. The pass was timed perfectly, but Coffey knew exactly where he was. He knew exactly where the goal was, and he knew where the keeper and the defender were too. It's a brilliant dinked finish with the left foot from Kevin Coffey. Very impressive. Elversberg showing exactly why they sit top of the German 3rd Division right now. Coffey with his 5th of the season. And it really was a touch of quality. More experienced than almost anybody else out there today. Kevin Coffey at 36 years of age. And here come Elversberg once again. Dortmund can't afford to be asleep after the restart, but they've gifted that one back to Feil. He gets it out to the left-hand side. Grosschelt's on the ball. Voltemade's in the box. Coffey's in the box. Feilhauer's in the box as well. Elversberg corner. And suddenly, once they got settled into this game, Elversberg, they have just looked so dangerous. Corner ball, Elversberg. Can they get something from this? They've got the flick on and the space at the back post, and it's fired wide by Feilhauer. And that was a massive chance for 3-0. It would have been 3 goals within the space of 10 minutes. But Feilhauer would wish to have that one again, you'd imagine. The flick on header was executed perfectly, and it found the captain in all kinds of space at the back post, on the far side of the penalty area anyway, and he just lashed it back across the face of goal and wide. Elversberg utterly on top right now. 22 minutes gone. Feil scored in the 12th minute. Coffey scored on the 20th. And Elversberg are just pouring forward at every opportunity now. Dortmund, who haven't really done much wrong in the game, you'd have to say. They're really up against this. Feilhauer, the former Freiburg reserves player. He knows that wasn't an easy one, but he struck it back the way it came from. Elversberg down the left. Coffey, short ball into the box to Voltemade, who turns well, and the shot is parried. Dortmund still with defending to do. Lotka gathers it in the end, and that was a brilliant save from the number 35. 21-year-old keeper tested already quite a few times. Beaten twice, but he wasn't beaten that time. Feil again on his left foot. Smashed it goalwards. It was on target. No doubt about that, it would have gone in had Marcel Lotka not sprung across to his left and parried it away. That's one very good save each now. Nicholas Christoph came up with a fairly similar save not long ago. Elversberg have the advantage, and he'll come back for an Elversberg free kick. Martin Thomsen saw the foul on Yannick Rochelt. You have to say that the level of the football that Horst Steffen's team have managed to come up with here, not just today, But over the course of this season so far, we're on match day 15. They've demonstrated exactly why they're top of the table today. It's been seriously impressive stuff. They took just a couple of minutes to settle into the game. Since then, they've looked so good. Keeper's got to come out, Christoph, and deal with that one. He was always favourite to win that foot race. Coming out to the edge of his area, that's a long ball forward, and it's going to find its target as well. Rochelt is in behind, and Rochelt misses the chance to make it 3. A big stop from Lotka. And Dortmund are just clinging on in the game at the moment, because that's 2 chances now, maybe even 3 chances to make it 3-0. It's a huge stop with the right foot. Lotka extends the right leg and just deflects the ball up and over the top. It's a really good save. The 21-year-old Dortmund keeper celebrated it like a goal, and well he might, because it's a crucial one for Dortmund. Elversberg could be home and dry already. It could be 3 or 4 by now, and we're only 25 minutes in. That's a powerful header away. Dortmund get it clear, but Elversberg have it back, and they are just ruthless and relentless in this spell of the game. 25 minutes gone. Feil and Coffey have already scored for Elversberg, and now Woltemade, Rochelt and Feil have all tested Marcel Lotka with very good chances. Perhaps none as good as the one that Yannick Rochelt just missed for Elversberg. Not sure how Horst Steffen will be feeling right now. He must be very happy about the quality of this performance overall in the first 25 minutes. He'll be happy that they found the net twice, but he'll be disappointed that they haven't put this game to bed already. Good defending from Correa. The way that Elversberg are winning the ball back in midfield at the moment. Scintillating football from the league leaders. Here they come down the left. They've turned back though. Neubauer thought better of it. No need to risk too much right now. Dore Jakobsen. Bit of a miscontrol from Fellhauer, the captain. He's been dispossessed here. Bruszinski coming forward. Room to shoot perhaps from Bruszinski. Defensive intervention is just right from Semi Shaheen though. Made the tackle cleanly and effectively. And Elversberg look to go forward once again. Fellhauer's pass, that one won't reach its intended target. Woltemade. Coffey seems to have moved from a centre-forward position out to the left, and just as I say that, he switches back in actually, Kevin Coffey. Elversberg pushing forward again. Coffey, how has he been allowed to get onto the ball there? Defending just a little bit too passive from Dortmund. Looked like a 50-50 race to the ball, but Coffey just got there in front of Franz Pfanner. And Pfanner, who was just a little bit late, then brought Coffey down. And it's the first real set-piece chance of the game. Goes Elversberg's way. Dortmund will have plenty of players in the wall here. Marcel Lotke's just getting them lined up and set up. Referee Martin Thomsen making sure they're far enough back. This is a good position for the dead ball. Elversberg won 6-0 away in their regional cup on Wednesday, albeit against lower league opposition, but nonetheless, they could be leading 6-0 here. We haven't even played half an hour yet. That's the incredible thing about how dominant Elversberg have been since around about the 10th minute of the game. Free kick chance. Woltemade steps up to it, chips it over the wall, but well over the top as well. Nice idea. Took a very short run up. Just takes a couple of steps. Chipped it over. Never was going to get it back down in time to get underneath Marcel Lotke's crossbar though. Dortmund need to find a way back into this game. didn't start badly. They haven't really done much wrong. They've tested Nicholas Christoph once. Good shot from the in-form Moritz Brusinski. Other than that, they have been powerless to resist. SV Elversberg could quite easily be at least 3-0 to the league leaders. They already came into this having scored 35 times in 14 games, and now they've added a couple more. And they're not going to let up. Guida Bueno working the ball forward well, doesn't get the free kick though. Manuel File, scorer of the opening goal, wins it, brings it across to Semi Shaheen. It's back with Nicholas Christoph. Thelhauer has been influential down that right-hand side for Elversberg. Little burst of pace from Jakobsen gets him away from a couple of players, but Tatamush gets back goal side. That's a good turn in the midfield. Tortemada thought he was away for a second. Marcel Correa, Portuguese player, bursting forward there to win that ball as well, and that perhaps just evidences what Elversberg have been doing right in this game. They're just determined to win every ball at the moment. There's no passiveness at all, no passivity. They're not waiting for anything. Pushing forward, always looking to win every individual duel. And that's part of the reason that they're comfortably on top after half an hour here. Elversberg 2, Dortmund reserves 0. Pudel has to turn back. Van der. You have to say that so far, the loss of Lukas Schnellbacher to injury has not been felt by Elversberg, but here's a chance for Dortmund in the box. A big shooting chance now. He skipped past a couple of players and it's back off the back post, and it's in from Ole Pohlmann. It's come out of absolutely nothing, but it was a masterclass in dribbling through the defence from Ole Pohlmann, the Dortmund number 19. Finished it with precision as well. A left-footed shot, fired off the back post and in. He's in a good position there, but he's still got so much work to do. Skips past one, skips past another, and finds the angle to finish it off. A really good goal from Ole Pohlmann, and suddenly Elversberg will be ruining all those missed chances, because it really should be 3-0, perhaps even more for Elversberg, and now suddenly instead it's 2-1. Well, you can't say the entertainment hasn't been good here at the Ursafam Arena. Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1. Game on. Will Dortmund be able to use that as a springboard back into the game, because it's put them in a much more healthy position than they could have been at this stage. How grateful will Christian Preußer be for that individual moment of magic from Ole Pohlmann? That's reduced the deficit. Shaheen in the midfield for Elversberg. He might be a bit shell-shocked after that. No signs of it yet though. Voltemada gets the ball down the left into the penalty area, looks back. Chance to cross perhaps from the left. It does come in, it's a good cross. Free header in the end. Looked like Jakobsen, who was underneath it, couldn't steer it goalwards. Chances just mounting up now. Mostly for Elversberg. You can't really say Dortmund have created too many. The goal was against the run of play, to say the least, from Ole Pohlmann, but that's why it's even more important for Dortmund reserves that it went in. Hardly spent any time in the penalty area for the last 10 or 15 minutes. And with just one small opportunity, Ole Pohlmann carved out a goal. It's nice work from Coffey, but the pass is cut out. Controlled it well. File was wrong-footed there, and Dortmund could be away down the left with Bueno. His pass isn't an easy one, and it went out of play. You can see the way the turf just chopped up there. Camera gives us a nice look at it after the tackle. Dortmund have the ball with goal scorer Ole Pullman. Prods the pass forward towards Mario Schubert. All the way back to the keeper. Voltemada's down there chasing. Lotka gets it away with no trouble though. Referee says Justin Ajinmo was fouled. Free kick to Dortmund inside the centre circle. And if Dortmund indeed are to score the next goal, they will be very much indebted to 21-year-old goalkeeper Marcel Lotka, because he made 3 good saves at 2-0 to keep Dortmund in with a chance. That cross is drifting long over the top of Nicholas Christoph's goal. Bueno couldn't keep it down. Crossing hasn't been of the highest quality from Dortmund yet. 10 minutes to go until half-time. It's Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1. Yannick Rochelt will certainly be looking back on the one-on-one chance that he missed for Elversberg at the time. It didn't seem too important, with Elversberg cruising at 2-0 up and creating chances at will. But now suddenly, with Dortmund back to within 1, Rochelt will have wished that he put that one away. It was a brilliant save with the right leg from Marcel Lotka to tip it over the top. Lotka's given his team a basis to work from. That's a heavy collision. Shin against shin by the looks of it, over on the Dortmund left. Bueno's down for Dortmund. He's coming in at full pace. File was actually caught in the chest as well. Both players look to be reasonably all right. They'll be okay to carry on. Martin Thompson just making sure the free kick has gone Elversberg's way though. Free kick chipped down the line. Offside flag is up against Kevin Coffey, scorer of the second goal of the day. Made it 2-0 right on 20 minutes with a lovely dinked finish from the left-hand side of the penalty area. Took the through ball first time. Defender and goalkeeper were sliding into block. He knew exactly what they were about to do and lifted it beautifully over them. At that point, Elversberg threatened to run away with this one, but we really do have a game on our hands here on Matchday 15 in the German 3rd Division. Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1. It's not really a reflection of the passage of play, but Dortmund are fully back in this, and they're back in the area again. Elversberg wanted an offside, it didn't go though. Flag didn't go up, and they got away with a goal kick nonetheless. So easy to forget that Elversberg won the regional league last year. They're new to the 3rd division. A promoted team at the moment, looking for an 11th win in their first 15 games. It really is a fantastic start to life in the German 3rd tier for Horst Steffen's team. The 53-year-old coach has worked wonders here at the Ursa Farm Arena. We've seen every evidence here today as for why SV Elversberg are at the top of the table. Remember that they're missing their top scorer, Luca Schnellbacher, today as well. But there's also evidence of how tough this division is, and here's a big chance for the equaliser for Dortmund. It just runs away from them at the last moment. Pullman, the goal scorer, tackled on the edge of the box. Important defending for Elversberg, but it all means that bit more as Dortmund are now looking for an equaliser. Offside flag is up. Christian Preuss not too happy with what he's seeing. Najinma so close to having so much room. He just skipped to his right. Had the defender missed that one, it would have been Najinma bearing down on goal on his own. But it wasn't to be. Feldhauer, low cross is blocked there. End-to-end stuff now. Elversberg will be wishing for some of those chances back that they had at 2-0. If they can create a few more, they might be able to re-establish that 2-goal lead. Feil, scorer of the first goal. Shaheen chips it. It's not really towards anybody, but Rochelt might be able to pick it up if he's not offside. He is indeed. Past the last line of defence. Dortmund will have a free kick for their goalkeeper Marcel Lottke with 5 minutes to go until the interval here. Passed it across the box. A little bit risky going back to Franz Pfanner. Elversberg chasing it down, but Dortmund will manage to get it away in the end. Bueno. The only option is to go backwards for now. Piechowski wins the header in the midfield. Elversberg have it back in defence then with Correa. Scored twice already this season, Correa, after joining on a free transfer this summer. If you know your German football, you might recognise Marcel Correa, Portuguese player with plenty of experience. He played for Kaiserslautern many years ago, played for Braunschweig as well, more than 100 times. There's the first booking of the day, and it goes the way of Elversberg captain Robin Feldhauer. For the most part, the tackling has been very good today, actually. Especially Elversberg. They've been very clean and efficient in their tackles when they've dispossessed Dortmund going forward, but that one was all wrong from Feldhauer. That's why he goes into referee Martin Thompson's book. Pfanner plays it across to Pudel. It's launched forward towards the area. Elversberg, the home team, do manage to get it away. Feil's under a bit of pressure, but gets it back. Voltemada shrugged off the ball by Ole Pohlmann, though. Pohlmann so comfortable in possession. Bueno does well to skip inside as well and get the ball to Falco Michel. We've not seen much of Michel. That's a shot lashed with the left foot. To say Rosed from Pazalic's shot, though, would be almost an understatement. It was so high. Ironic cheers from the Elversberg crowd behind Nicholas Christoph. Coffey, good turn. His control and his touch has been very good today. That's not the first time we've seen him with a really good first touch, just opening up space for himself. When you've got that kind of ability, you can get the pass into feet with back to goal, with defenders behind you. You can spin and turn it into something useful. All he got out of that was an Elversberg throw. It's better than nothing for the home team. Rochelt, Shaheen. The game calming down a bit after 20 dramatic minutes in the middle of this first half, maybe even more than 20 dramatic minutes, in all honesty. Will there be one last chance, one last moment of drama in this first half? Good chance on the right for Elversberg, but Robin Feldhauer lashed it wide. It's not the first chance that Robin Feldhauer has put wide today. It is the first time that Elversberg have turned on the afterburners in a few minutes. Feldhauer just let the ball roll across to his right foot, but the defender coming in as well. He was in a bit of a hurry, leaned back, launched it high into the air. Dortmund goal kick into the 45th minute. First half nearly over here. at the Farm Arena. Voltemada does ever so well to win that and turns, and he's been dragged back there. Referee didn't see anything wrong with it, did he? He did indeed spot it, actually. Credit to Martin Thompson, he saw it. You'd think there might be a yellow card in there after that very, very blatant shirt tug. It's a pretty cynical foul. Cards staying in their pockets for now by the look of it. Coffey again wins the ball with back to goal. Piakowski and Jakobsen. First 45 has come to an end. Just 1 minute of added time, perhaps. Dortmund have it back, but Elversberg win it back in quick succession. Nobody keeping hold of the ball in that midfield for a second there. And it's out with Fellhauer. Spreads the pass down the right-hand side. Fellhauer might get it back in the box. Nice idea from Manuel Feil. Elversberg suddenly looking dangerous again. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Fellhauer to take this throw. It wasn't a good one. It wasn't worth waiting for Fellhauer to get over there, but defending's a little bit scrappy from Ole Polman. Kicked it against Elversberg shirts on the edge of his own area. Elversberg have the throw in. There might not be time for anything else in this first half. Piakowski. Elversberg just leaving it at the back, and they won't launch it forward for one more attack because it will be the end of the first 45 minutes. Applause from the crowd at the Farm Arena, but they know their team could be leading by more. It's Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1 at the interval. But the league leaders, Elversberg, had a hatful of chances to make it 3-0 after they led by 2. And out of nowhere, Ole Polman reduced the deficit in the 32nd minute. And that is why Dortmund still have more than just a lifeline at half-time. They're still right back in this game after goals from Manuel Feil and Kevin Coffey had put Elversberg 2 goals up. There'll be highlights and analysis at the break. Stay with us. We'll be back in around about 15 minutes' time at the Farm Arena for the second half. Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1, the half-time score. Welcome back to the Farm Arena. 20 seconds gone in the second half already, and Dortmund trying their best to get down into the Elversberg penalty area and perhaps find an early equaliser. The free kick has gone the way of Horst Steffen's Elversberg team, the side at the top of the table who are leading by 2-1 at the restart. They get going again. Coffee over towards Neubauer, but Pasalic does the defending. Dortmund with defending to do in the early stages as well. A little bit of a gasp from the crowd when they thought Elversberg were going to win that back in the Dortmund penalty area. It's all the way back to Nicholas Christoph once more. Beaten once by Ole Pohlmann in the first half. A goal out of nothing for Dortmund reserves, but it's given them a big chance to get something from this game. And there is Pohlmann trying to play it forward. There was a switch at half-time from Christian Preußer. Gupuz has come on in place of Ted Tatemusch, the number 9 for Dortmund withdrawn. Dortmund with it back in defence. A long switching pass to the right-hand side, too far away though from the number 7 Pasalic. Elversberg throw. Pohlmann forward again for Dortmund. Cooper's the new man. Pasalic stepping inside with that left foot, but thinks against the shot and goes for the pass instead. Decides against the shot. It's with Guilherme Bueno. Throw-in goes Elversberg's way by the look of it. Took a nick off the Dortmund man before it went out. Bueno doesn't believe it, but Martin Thomsen saw that throw-in go the other way. Elversberg on the right. Can they recreate the kind of blistering form that they had for large parts of the middle of that first half? Once Manuel Feil had put them 1-0 up, they really looked unplayable for a good 10 or 15 minutes. But Dortmund are only 1 goal behind here at the Farm Arena. They're going to have a free kick on the left-hand side as well, Dortmund. Chance perhaps to launch something into the direction of the penalty area as Justin Njinma's fouled. Perhaps one of the brighter spots for Dortmund in the first half, Njinma. Other than the goal out of nothing from Ole Pohlmann, Njinma probably caught the eye the most of the players in black and yellow today. Pohlmann, one of a few of these players who got game time experience with the first team in the summer friendlies. Pohlmann does launch it into the penalty area. Dortmund can't get underneath it though. It's headed away. Elversberg throw. Taking this quickly, Elversberg. Rochelt does well on the left to get free, and that's a good ball across as well. Coffey's waiting for it. Is he offside? Flag stays down. Kevin Coffey across the box. What can Elversberg do from there? Woltemade just not able to get the ball under control and turn back to goal about 6 yards out. Would have taken something very special. Elversberg down the right-hand side. It's a little bit uncontrolled in the penalty area now. They're looking for a handball. The crowd certainly think it should have been. Not given by the referee though. Martin Thomsen unmoved. This time, free kick goes the way of Ole Pohlmann. Diana Pudel says, I'll take it. Marcel Lotka says, no, I'll take it. Voltemade felt that the contact was minimal. Keeper's going to come out and get that one and deal with it for Elversberg, and does so. And Dortmund come back down the left-hand side. It's been just over 5 minutes since the second half got restarted, and Dortmund have looked settled and they've looked comfortable. Neither side really with a gilt-edged chance to get themselves on the scoreboard yet in this half, but that's surely a foul on Marcel Correa, who was bursting forward very well down the left. Used his strength well. And Schubert is the next player to go into the referee's book. They're already dealing without some players suspended today, Dortmund reserves. Rodney Elenga-Yombo has been a good player for them this season. Elenga-Yombo with 1 goal. But his appearances and his performances have been important of late, and he's missing, suspended, as is Can Özcan. So Dortmund making do without a couple of suspended players, and Elversberg making do without top scorer Lukas Schnellbacher, suffering from an injury that he picked up in training in midweek, but they found the net twice. They're looking to do so at least once more. They'll feel a bit more comfortable at 3-1. 2-1. Not much of a lead for them to defend. Dortmund scored 1 goal out of absolutely nowhere. What's to say they can't get another in similar circumstances? It doesn't matter how well Elversberg played in the first 45 minutes. The scoreboard is all that matters. Elversberg at the top of the table, though, they will know that they probably should have scored 3 or maybe even 4 in the first 45 minutes. Crucially, they didn't. Marcel Lotka responsible for keeping the scores low. And Ole Pullman responsible for giving Dortmund a fighting chance of really getting something from this game. For now, though, defending to do. Free kick, Elversberg. Jakobsen standing over it. A couple of options out there for Horst Steffen's team. Şahin might fancy it as well. It will be Şahin. He goes quickly. It's a training ground routine. Elversberg still on the ball in the penalty area. It didn't quite go according to plan, but Voltemade has done ever so well to turn there. Get out towards the byline. Free kick goes against Voltemade, though. Pasalic wins the free kick. Voltemade not happy. Captain Fanner coming across, making sure Dortmund get the ball back quickly. It was a nice idea with the free kick. Dortmund didn't clear it efficiently. Didn't clear it effectively. And Voltemade did well, but couldn't go anywhere from there. And then cheap free kick given away. Dortmund boot the ball downfield. White shirts underneath it, though. Coffey does very well with the flick onto Voltemade. Good footwork from Voltemade as well. He's away down the middle. Shooting chance on the right foot. Opts for the pass instead. It clips a heel. Doesn't find teammate Yannick Rochelt. Both teams battling for the ball over on the Elversberg left, but the two Dortmund defenders taking themselves out of contention. There's one to chase, Justin Njinma pushing forward, trying to keep some pressure on the Elversberg defence. They're running forward themselves now, Elversberg down the right-hand side. Quick pass doesn't come off, but they get the ball back. That's good control. They're cutting inside, shooting chance. It takes a deflection. Where's it going to go? It's over the top. Marcel Lotka had to change directions in the blink of an eye there. It nearly caught him out. He wasn't going to wait and see where that was going. File again, always happy to cut in onto that left foot of his. Big deflection, up and away. With 10 minutes played in this second half, Elversberg are beginning to take up the reins again. Tore Jakobsen with the left-footed corner. It's out swinging. Who's in the middle? Correa's in the middle. It's not cleared yet, though. Correa might get it back. Keeps the ball himself rather than passing out towards Rochelt on the edge of the area. That's File storming in there to win the ball back. Passes across the middle towards Coffey. Will he lay it off or go himself? Lays it out to the right eventually, Coffey. Fellhauer's over there. Pass in towards File, who does manage to get it, but couldn't keep it in play. He says it didn't go off, but the linesman over on the far side said it was out for a Dortmund goal kick. Signs of the Elversberg from the first half finding their feet again in this second period. Dortmund substitute Gökhan Gürpers barely featuring at the moment. Pasalic does well, spreads the play to the left-hand side. Dortmund with a bit of space to move into. And that's a good delivery into the middle, is it? In the end, it's not. It looked promising when it came off the boot from the left-hand side, but Njinma couldn't get anywhere near it as it just kept on sailing forward. Trajectory looked good at first, and it just kept on going. Short goal kick from Nicholas Christoph. Dortmund win it back in a dangerous position, though. They're already into the Elversberg final third. Pasalic is open. Go into the box instead with Njinma, and it's come through somehow, and it's off the bar. Gürpers, I said a second ago that he's hardly had an impact since coming on, but now he's missed the biggest chance for Dortmund's leveller as they fire in the loose ball way over the top. Goalkeeper Christoph trying to keep the defence motivated, but out of the blue again. Dortmund getting a bit of Ballglück, as they'd call it in German. Pretty much a lucky bounce, and it just goes all the way through the defence, and Gürpers was left in all kinds of space in the penalty area on his own. The shot was inches away from perfection in the top corner, but as it was, came clattering back off the woodwork. Elversberg survive somehow. The home team hanging on a bit in this game for a second there. Coffey with the step overs, goes back, crosses high towards the back post. Rochelt puts a hand up. Might have been trying to block the sun there, Yannick Rochelt, because the cross was that high. Now Rochelt has a chance to deliver one himself if he chooses to do so. Goes down the left-hand side towards the number 33, Neubauer. It's another throw-in for Elversberg. If you're just joining us and you didn't see the first half, Elversberg were irresistible for large periods. Manuel File fired in the opener with his left foot from close range. Coffey chipped in a delightful second, taking the through ball first time and dinking it over the defender and the goalkeeper. But Dortmund with Ola Pullman got a goal back out of nowhere, and that's off the post this time from Semih Şahin. That's the third time that he's had a go from outside the box. That one was as close as any. Didn't look to be all that much danger when he took the shot, pulled the trigger on the half volley. Marcel Lotka couldn't get across to it. Both sides now with one off the woodwork early on in this second half. The excitement continues at the Ursafam Arena. The flag doesn't help us there from that camera angle, but you can see the shot from Semih Şahin just got more dangerous the further it got. Looked like he would have had too much to do from that position, but so nearly got his angles just right and found the corner. Not quite. One big chance each then in this second half, but it's still Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1. Ola Pullman's goal reducing the deficit to 1 for Dortmund just after the half-hour mark. Dortmund bench wanted the free kick. It didn't come though. Rochelt's pass was a little bit too predictable and there could be a break on. How's the transitional play for Dortmund? Njinma. Offside flag is up against Njinma though. He's not really the one who wanted it. You can still hear the complaints from the dugout on the Dortmund half. They felt that there was a foul that wasn't given up at the other end, and Elversberg actually didn't come away with the ball in the end, but they do have it now, the home team. Passes going astray a bit more often in this second half than they did in the first. Pasalic brings it out to the right-hand side. He's got runners forward. Opts again to spread it across. Falco Michel could have let that one go, but instead decided to take the touch. Guppertz fights with it, gets the ball out to the left. No free kick. That's not going to appease the Dortmund dugout. Kevin Coffey running through, and this one does go Elversberg's way, does it? No, again. Referee Thomsen lets the game play. Dortmund put it out as Coffey's down. Here's another look at it. Coffey just lifted it up. I think the referee made the right call there. Bjarne Pudel didn't do much wrong. You can't even say he stood his ground. He didn't exactly make himself a solid object. He was moving back as well, but Coffey didn't quite get the right touch on it. Initiated a bit of a collision. The referee probably calling everything just about right there. Sporting play from Yannick Rochelt. Elversberg get it back to Marcel Lotka, and Dortmund can restart. Just over an hour played then. Half an hour of football still to go. Elversberg leading the league, the German third division. They are top of the table, looking to extend their lead to 6 points, and they're in position to do so at the moment. But it's rather closer than it could have been. Elversberg 2, Dortmund 1, and there's one to chase. Keeper's got to come out and win it, and does so. Wasn't comfortable for Nicholas Christoph, but the 22-year-old did well. Gets up high to volley it out for a Dortmund throw-in, but suddenly you feel like a goal could fall at any time for either of these teams. Pohlmann, clever pass through. Dortmund just somehow seem to get chances occasionally. It's not about momentum. It's not really about building. It's just the more that Dortmund can keep pushing forward, the more opportunities they give themselves for something to fall their way. One chance did fall the way of Gökhan Gürpütz in this second half, but he crashed the ball off the bar. Dortmund with a chance to cross from the left now, perhaps. That's good work. It's a low ball across. Easy for Marcel Correa to deal with. The Portuguese defender just side-footing it away. But Christian Preusser's side are still on the comeback trail here. It's been a revival for them in the last few weeks and months. Unbeaten in 6. Hadn't conceded before today in 4 match days. But now, can they continue the revival inside this game? They were really under the cosh at 2-0 down. Chance after chance went Elversberg's way. Marcel Lotka came up with the saves to keep them at just 2-0 down. And now, having reduced that deficit to 1, it just takes one moment, just like the one that fell to Gürpütz not long ago. And Dortmund could find themselves back on level terms. Elversberg would feel that would have been 3 points thrown away, I'm sure, because on the balance of play, they've created the better chances. They've been the team who have taken the initiative more often than not. But Dortmund are getting settled. Elversberg, good at winning the ball back, good at bursting forward when they do so. Little push there. The referee spotted it as well. Thought it might not have been easy for him to see that. There wasn't much of a push, but there was enough. Falcon Michel. Here's another look at it. It's Jakobsen running forward. It's just a little shove, but it's enough for Jakobsen to lose the ball straight away. Good spot. Referee Martin Thomsen, who's been kept busy now, especially in this second half. Tempers beginning to flare just a little bit. It's not been a bad-tempered game yet. First signs, though, that things could get pretty heated as we get further on into the game if it remains 2-1 like this. So competitive, that free kick. Too close to Marcel Lotka. An easy grab for him, and he boots the ball downfield. Good first touch by the defender, volleying it forward to Rochelt, but Rochelt's lost it. Dortmund throw. Changes being made here. Quick water break for some of the players. Kevin Coffey, scorer of Elversberg's second goal. He's been withdrawn. Suero coming on. Here's a look at that lovely finish from Coffey. That made it 2-0. Elversberg were absolutely flying at that point. How different things look right now. They've still definitely got it within their own hands to go on and win this game, though. The team who sit top of the table and at the moment are 6 points ahead of nearest challengers 1860, who play tomorrow. Jakobsen knocks it forward. Fire dispossessed, but Elversberg have it back with the substitute Israel Suero. So he just come on, a Spaniard. Good cut back for Dortmund. The pass across is loose, though. It's a good chance for Dortmund to create something. Christian Preußer will be pretty disappointed with that. Remember, Horst Steffen has never come out on top against the Christian Preußer side. They've met plenty of times in their careers, these two. Preußer always seems to have the upper hand somehow. But today, it is Elversberg who have had the upper hand. Neubauer wins it. Pasalic was just knocked off the ball. Here's the substitute, Suero. Will he opt to go it alone? Just runs into trouble, and he had 3 white shirts near him there, Suero. Selfish option. That won't have endeared him to his teammates. You can see why he wanted to go it alone, but if you're going to do it, you've got to earn a shot. You've got to get the space to pull the trigger from there. When you've got so many runners forward with you. Israel Suero Fernandez. He's had a touch of the ball now, at least. Suero. There's a missed clearance, though. Big chance for Elversberg with the roar of the crowd. It should be a tap-in, and it is. Yannick Rochelt, who missed a crucial one-on-one in the first half, now has a tap-in in the second. Elversberg re-established their 2-goal lead. 68 minutes on the clock. Elversberg 3, Dortmund 1. It was a defensive mistake that gifted Elversberg the ball. It was a hit-and-hope pass down the right-hand side, but Pudel's pass back just completely wrong, and he knows it straight away. Fellhauer's in, and Rochelt is across, and actually the Dortmund defender Schubert gets a touch unlucky because the bobble of the ball really takes it over. And Rochelt's finish wasn't a particularly convincing one, but it was enough to find the back of the net and to make it Elversberg 3, Dortmund 1. Rochelt with goal number 7 of the season. What a crucial moment that could prove to be on match day 15 here. Dortmund having to retake the centre. Referee Thompson. Actually, it's already a free kick to Elversberg. We didn't see what happened. That occurred during the replay. Top of the table, beating the team top of the form table at the moment as well. 3-1, you'd have to say, is a fair result as it stands. Here come Elversberg again, big chance in the box. It comes back to Woltemade. He lays it off to the substitute Suero, saved by the legs of Marcel Lotka. The clearance isn't a good one. It's up but not away from Ole Pullman, and it's back in the box for Elversberg. Dortmund underneath it. They'll leave it for the keeper in the end. It was a bit of a mess in the penalty box for a while there. It looked like Woltemade had a big chance, gifted one to teammate Suero Fernandez, but they couldn't get in. File bursting into the box and controlling the ball, but it runs away. Ole Pullman bringing it forward for Dortmund, who need something quickly. Turn of pace from the number 33, Brzezinski, and we've not seen much of Brzezinski today. He had one good shot early on in the first half. Since then, very little has fallen his way. And that's comical defending from Elversberg, though, and that could be a gift for Dortmund. Not quite. Miscommunication completely in the midfield there between File and Jakobsen. They bumped each other out of the way and just invited Dortmund to come forward. Could have been a costly mistake if Pullman's pass had been a little softer. Gökhan Gürpütz was moving into the box. There's a look at the attack down the left a minute ago from Elversberg, but here they come again, this time down the right. Rochelt. Just relentless with their tackling, their pressuring, their harrying. Elversberg want to win everything. What they could be about to win is game 11 of 15. An incredible start to life in the third division. The best promoted team ever after 15 games, already the best promoted team after 14. They might be able to carry this record on up until the winter break, which will come fairly soon given the World Cup. Simic is coming on for Dortmund. Guido Bueno, the number 3, the player to be withdrawn. Christian Preußer looking to the bench. Bueno is already off on the other side. Simic coming on for Dortmund. Would be a big ask for Leon Simic to make the kind of impact that he might need to make in this game if Dortmund are to get something from it. They did have that crucial chance. Gürpütz missing the opportunity to level up at 2-2. Wouldn't really have been just had Dortmund levelled at 2-2. Not from the Elversberg perspective. You'd have to give them credit, though. Had they levelled at 2-2, they would have been incredibly efficient in front of goal. It would have been a case of 2 good chances and 2 goals. And Elversberg with 2 goals from 6 or 7 good chances. As it is, though, 3-1 probably a better reflection of the balance of play so far in the game. Elversberg have it back on the edge of the area, and the shot's fired in and tipped over the top by Marcel Lotka. Add that to the list of good saves from Lotka today. The man in green in the Dortmund goal has been kept busy, to say the least. I'm not sure it's the best save he's made today, but it goes into his top 3, and that's saying something. It was a very good effort from the edge of the box. A left-footed hit, curling up and down from Israel Suero Fernandez. The substitute not quite able to get his goal yet. Header flicked on, could be another chance. Lotka again at the back post. Dortmund just clinging on in this game. Elversberg have never been able to extend the lead to 3. And just as they did in the first half, with a lead of 2, they had chance after chance to make it 3 and weren't able to do it. Michel penalised there. He's kicked the ball away gently. Here's another look at the corner from Jakobsen. It was flicked on by Woltemade, who's been very dangerous today, Woltemade, without ever having a huge chance for himself. And Feldhauer just couldn't turn it in at the back post. Guess who was there? That man, 21-year-old keeper Marcel Lotka, who's come out of this despite conceding 3 times. He's come out of this with plenty of credit. That won't have escaped the notice of Christian Preußer, his coach. Free kick, Elversberg. 15 minutes left. Quarter of an hour to go. Jakobsen again, that's a good delivery right towards the top corner, and it's a flying stop from Lotka. Flung himself to his left at full stretch. And Lotka's highlight reel alone for this game is minutes long now. What a free kick that was. It was going wide, actually, when you see that angle. Lotka didn't really need to get across to it, but boy, did it look impressive from the first shot. Lotka is just in the zone today. Elversberg once again riding the crest of a wave, as they did in the first half, and that one just goes past the back post. They scored a header from a similar position in their last game. I think it was Correa on the end of that one this time. Rochelt's right-footed corner. Correa did really well to dig that one out. Got his head in on the way and just sent it towards the back post, but it just wide. Elversberg again, just not quite able to extend the lead to 3 goals. Dortmund definitely hanging on at the moment, under all kinds of pressure. 4-1 you'd feel would be the end of the game as a contest. 3-1, still just about alive. We have seen chances fall Dortmund's way. Fehlhauer in the box. Elversberg win it back in their own penalty area. How can Dortmund allow Elversberg to win the ball back in their own box like that? And now Dortmund break down the right, but it's a weak pass. It's so easily read. Dortmund lacking ideas at the moment. That was substitute Semic. He's not going to change the game with passes like that one. No need for pace in the Elversberg back line. They can wait for Dortmund to come forward and open up a few spaces. Rochelt. You feel that Elversberg in all white. They've got Dortmund where they want them right now. Chip through. Offside flag is up, is it? We didn't see it, but the whistle has gone a long time before. Referee's having a word. It's going to be a substitution before Marcel Lotka gets to take the goal kick, or the free kick, as it will be. A couple of players withdrawn for Dortmund. Bjarne Pudel is off. Falco Michel is off as well. Next substitution, Dams coming on as well. So, Ade Ercan, Niklas Dams. They've got 12 minutes if they're to make their mark on this contest at the Ursa Farm Arena. As it stands, Elversberg 3, Dortmund 1. There's a good run forward. Dortmund into the box. It's into the back of the net, but the flag was already up. The whistle had already gone. That's a reminder of why Elversberg really want to get that lead out to 3 goals. Fine margins in it. Elversberg coach Horst Steffen making the double change of his own this time. Who will be the 2 to be withdrawn? Manuel Feil, he's going to get a round of applause here for sure. Huge effort made by Manuel Feil today. A really good performance. Scorer of the opening goal. Involved in so many of the Elversberg attacks. He's replaced by Lucas Pinkert. Duholtz replaces Jakobsen as well. The game's going to be punctuated by these changes before we go into the final phase. Elversberg will be relieved that they lead at least by 2, and Dortmund are more than 1 moment away from snatching a scarcely deserved point at the moment into the last 10 minutes. Elversberg on the left. Ball into Durholz. Şahin slips as he plays the crossfield ball. Fellhauer wins the header. That's really well done. Pinkett, the substitute, shields it, but Dortmund have it back on their left. Lotka gets it away. Could Lotka be the man of the match? Given that he's conceded 3 times, it's hard to say. But he's certainly impressed in the Dortmund reserves goal today. Simic. Dortmund trying to build something on the right-hand side, but Elversberg simply won't allow it. Suero out to Rochelt, scorer of the third. Pass in towards the front post was read well by the goalkeeper Lotka. It's a nice idea trying to find Woltemade. Difficult for the defence to predict, but easy for the keeper to allow it to come towards him. Woltemade would have been pretty dangerous if he'd been able to nip in there and get it in front of the goalkeeper, but from that angle he still would have had some work to do. Fanner spreads it across. Dortmund looking a little bit listless at the moment. They did get the ball in the back of the net just a minute ago, but the flag was up. Other than that, you have to say it's been seriously impressive the way that Elversberg have dismantled Dortmund, the form team in the third division coming into matchday 15. Dortmund barely conceding goals in the last month. Unbeaten in 6. Today, it would be some kind of miracle were Dortmund to come away with a point against this Elversberg team. Here they come on the left-hand side, though. Gurpud's ball across the middle. This could be a chance to reduce the deficit. It's back from the defender into the arms of the goalkeeper. Dortmund claiming that's a pass back. Martin Thomsen doesn't see it that way. We'll have another look at it here. Gurpud with the pass down towards the byline. Pasalic keeps it in play, takes a deflection up, and Semih Şahin it is that just lifts it with the thigh on the volley back towards keeper Christoph, who had no hesitation about just grabbing the ball. It wasn't a deliberate pass back to him, so you can understand the referee's decision. You can understand the frustration from Dortmund as well, though. They need a lifeline like that, something to fall their way. A free kick from 6 yards out wouldn't have been a bad opportunity to reduce the deficit. Would have been quite a bizarre scene as well. You don't see them very often, but when you do, you're talking about a wall of 10 players and a goalkeeper trying to fill the rest of the space. Here come Elversberg down the right. Ball stayed in play. Clearances up and up, but not away. Rochelt moves it over to the left-hand side. It's chipped in towards the goal. It's headed back to Woltemade. What can Woltemade do from there? Takes the shot, gets the corner. Good defending from Franz Pfanner, the Dortmund captain. But again, the pressure from Elversberg is just relentless. And it's really clever football in the box, you have to say. Neubauer's ball in was a good one. The header back was selfless. Woltemade, not for the first time today, got on the ball in the penalty area, brought it down, and then was blocked by a wall of black shirts. But in the end, it's yet another corner for SV Elversberg. And they look like they will be extending their lead to 6 points at the top of the third division tonight. They look like they deserve it as well. Yannick Rochelt's corner, it's flicked on and over. Woltemade was in there. And again, it's just not falling for him today. He's put in a good performance, yet to be rewarded in terms of getting on the score sheet. Other than that, he's not done much wrong. Dortmund substitution. It's Prince Anning, by the looks of it, who's coming on. Dortmund number 39. Pasalic, the player withdrawn by Christian Preußer. 5 minutes of normal time to go. Dortmund with Pohlmann down the left-hand side. Gurpud's nowhere to go. Dortmund throw. It's a good turn on the ball. Bit of space, the pass just cut out though. Elversberg have been so good at that today. They've not given Dortmund much time on the ball. They've read the play well, cut out the passes well. Free kick goes the way of Prince Arning, the man who's just come onto the field. Dortmund get it restarted. Simple ball back to the defence. Franz Pfanner looks to the left. Ola Pullman likes to dribble, likes to come forward. Has to turn back on that occasion though. Just a sea of white shirts now between Dortmund and the goal. Elversberg perhaps content to hold Dortmund at arm's length, hold on to their 2-goal advantage. Again, they've won the ball back a little bit too easily, Elversberg. They didn't have to work hard for it. They just crowded out their own half with players, and eventually the ball just ends up at their feet. Piakowski to the right-hand side with Fellhauer. There's an overlap on as well. Dortmund should be able to get across and cover it, but no, Elversberg bring it to the byline. They get the corner as well. It's another double switch for Horst Steffen. Time just ticking away. Elversberg edging towards victory. For large parts of the game, it has looked like the most probable outcome. Voltsamada's day is done eventually. Rochelt as well. There's a look at Rochelt's goal. A touch of fortune as it bobbled over the defender Schubert. Takechi is on the number 10 for Elversberg. Elversberg corner. Who's underneath it? Just a Dortmund header for now. Good pass in behind. Fellhauer on the left for a change. Was that a handball? The referee says no. It looked at first glance as though it was. It's not like Elversberg need the goal. But the replay of that one will be interesting. Jinma does well there to get away. He wants a free kick. It's a tirade against the linesman. Jinma, who's worked very hard today in the black and yellow of Dortmund. Looked like he dispossessed Durholtz. Couldn't get away though. Felt that he was held back after winning the ball back. Linesman didn't see it that way. What a mature display it was today from some of the young players who've already gone off. Voltemade, just 20 years of age, frustrated not to get his goal today. He has had chances. But the work that he's done to hold the ball up in the penalty area is a valuable part of this Elversberg lead. And Rochelt as well, only 24, and here comes Takechi. Could have gone himself, decided to waste a few seconds as well though. Instead, goes across into the box towards the number 9, Mustafa, who's just come on. He's found the back of the net 3 times this season, Mustafa. Elversberg again with the ball in the penalty area. The pass across is cut out rather easily though. Fellhauer's ball wasn't the best one he's played today, but 10 seconds of normal time remaining. Elversberg win the throw-in. This is how it's going to finish. Elversberg will come away with 3 points. They will extend their lead at the top to 6. Save for some incredible turn of events in the last 3 minutes. That's how much stoppage time we've got. Marcel Correa, the Portuguese player, goes back to the goalkeeper Christoph. Beaten once by a lovely run and finish from Ola Pullman. Other than that, not too much to do for Christoph. Made a couple of saves. Gurputz hit the bar when Christoph was beaten. Touch of luck for Elversberg there. But by far, the busier goalkeeper was the man in green at the other end, Marcel Lotka. These Elversberg fans, well, they'll hardly have been able to believe their eyes this season. How good the results have been since getting promoted. 11 wins out of 15 this would be. 6 points clear at the top of the table as well. Sinan Tekerci fouled on the edge of the box. Elversberg with a free kick halfway through the 3 minutes of allotted stoppage time. The result no longer in question, but the scoreline could still change perhaps. Can Elversberg add a fourth? Semih Şahin has taken several shots from the edge of the area, well, outside the box anyway. Semih Şahin hit the post with one of them. Now it's his free kick. Down towards the middle. Shooting chance from outside the box, is there? Did that come off a hand? Referee says no, low shots blocked as well. Elversberg still going for this, they want 4. Dortmund win it, but can only concede the throw-in. That's been the story of it, how most of the Elversberg attacks have ended in this second half. Dortmund haven't been able to turn it around. They haven't been able to transition and counter forward. It's just been Elversberg coming forward, getting the ball back and pushing forward again, in all honesty. Less than a minute to go. Marcel Lotka bringing the ball gently forward. He knows that this contest has done. Records being broken by this SV Elversberg team. The best promoted team of all time in the 3rd division. A quite incredible beginning to this season from Horst Steffen's team. Dortmund, you have to remember, were the form team in the 3rd division coming into this game, and they have been put to the sword. That's the full-time whistle. Martin Thompson blows for the end of the game. Elversberg continue their fairy tale run in the German 3rd division at the beginning of this season. Matchday 15 goes their way as well. 11 wins from their first 15, 6 points clear at the top. The form team dispatched with ruthlessly today. Elversberg took the lead early on with Manuel Feil. Another early goal for this team who are so good at starting strongly. It was Feil's goal that put them ahead inside 15 minutes. Kevin Coffey chipped in for 2-0 on 20 minutes. Ole Pullman did reduce the deficit for Dortmund against the run of play with a nice slaloming run and finish off the inside of the back post. But in the second half, save for one chance by substitute Gökhan Gurputz, which could have levelled things at 2-2. If that had gone in, it could have been a different story. That was the turning point for Christian Preusser's Dortmund team. They know that that was the moment where they could have really established a foothold in this game and gone on to challenge Elversberg for the points. Once that one didn't fall their way, Elversberg were able to deservedly extend their lead again and bring it back to 2 goals with Yannick Rochelt, who slotted in a bit of a tap-in after an attack down the right-hand side. And at that point, Elversberg never looked back. They never looked like they were going to be challenged, and certainly not beaten. And as it was another victory for Horst Steffen's Elversberg team. Matchday 15 goes their way. Elversberg 3, Borussia Dortmund 1, the final score here from the Ursa Farm Arena. Thanks for joining us. Do join us again. Still one more round of Matchday 16 in the German 3rd division to come before the winter break. But for today, we'll say goodbye. Elversberg 3, Dortmund 1, the final score.